Okay, welcome in one and all. I'm now going to be reviewing all of Sunday's action in the NHL. There are only 5 games on tap, and we'll take a look and see who played, who won, and who scored during those games, like I always do with the other videos. So the Wild took on the Chicago Blackhawks. This is the first of 5 games. Rossi would kick things off in the first 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the frame, getting his 7th goal of the season from Faber and Zuccarello. He would then get a power play goal 12 minutes and 8 seconds into that period. His second goal of the game, 8th of the season, assisted by Gaudreau and Faber. And Zuccarello would then increase the lead to 3-0 with just under 3 minutes to go. An even strength goal, his 6th of the season from Kaprizov and Golgowski. So it's 3-0 in favor of the Wild heading into the second period. In the second, Matt Boldy would increase the lead to 4-0, getting his 3rd goal of the game, assisted by Zuccarello and Spurgeon, a power play goal 11 minutes and 36 seconds into that period. In the third, Radish would finally get the Blackhawks on the board, getting his 4th goal of the season on a power play with just over 7 minutes to go in the period. His 4th of the season, like I mentioned, is assisted by Johnson and Connor Bedard. So with the victory, Minnesota is now just 2 games below 500, 8, 10, and 4. And with the loss, the Chicago Blackhawks are sitting at 7, 16, and 0. Next matchup takes place in New York, where we have the host Rangers, and they were playing against the San Jose Sharks. I don't know what it is about the Sharks within the last couple of weeks, but they seem to be getting in a bit of a groove. They're making contests close. They're being competitive. They're pulling off shocking wins, aka against the Devils. Didn't see that coming. I honestly didn't think they'd be at as many wins as they're at now. I for sure thought they were going to go with 0-82 and just tank. But they're putting up a bit of a fight. They're still in the bottom of that Pacific Division, but they're putting up fights. And the final score in this game would be like 6-5, which is unreal. So it was a very high-powered offensive show, to say the least. The Rangers would pull this one out. I'll take a look at the scoring summary. So in the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds into that frame, Anthony Duclair would get his 6th goal of the season from Burrows. Panarin would tie things up on a power play 8 minutes and 44 seconds into that frame, getting his 13th goal of the season from Zibanejad and Fox. Carpenter would get his 1st goal of the season for the San Jose Sharks 12 minutes and 21 seconds into that frame, assisted by Rutta. Panarin would then tie things up, getting his 2nd goal of the game, his 14th of the season, assisted by Trocheck and Lafreniere, and that happened at the 12-minute and 55-second mark of that frame. And Mika Zibanejad would increase the lead to 3-2, getting his 6th goal of the year from Kreider and Brozinski, 16 minutes and 42 seconds of that period. So it was 3-2 in favor of the Rangers heading into the second. McDonald would tie things up, getting his 4th goal of the season on a power play in 9 minutes and 16 seconds into that period from LeBanc and Hoffman. Cooley, if that's how you pronounce his name, would then put the Rangers back on top with just under 4 minutes to go in that frame, 3 minutes and 57 seconds to be exact. His 4th goal of the season from Bonino and Trouba. So it was 4-3 in favor of the Rangers heading into the third. Panarin would get a hat trick, his 3rd goal of the game, 15th of the season. Trocheck and Brodzinski would be the helpers on his score, 4 minutes and 41 seconds into that frame. Miller would then increase the lead with just under 7 minutes to go in that period, 6 minutes and 56 seconds to be exact, getting his 4th goal of the season from Panarin and Trouba. Zetterlund would then get the Sharks their 4th goal of the game, his 7th of the season, from Granlund and Duclair, and that goal would happen with just over 5 minutes to go in the period. And then with just a minute and 20 seconds after Zetterlund scored, Barbernov would then cut the lead to 6-5 with just over 4 minutes to go in the period, but that is as close as a comeback as the Sharks would get. So with the loss, they are 6-17-2, and with the Rangers' victory, 18-4-1. Next matchup takes place in Boston, where we had the host Bruins, and they were playing against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I should have those teams on your screens any moment. There we go. So we'll take a look at who won, the goal scoring summary, as soon as I load it up. So the Bruins would get the victory. No surprise here. The best in the East versus the worst in the East. 3-1 would be the final score. Boone Jenner would kick things off in the second, so there was no scoring in the first, getting his 13th goal of the year from Olivier and Morensky, and that goal would actually happen with 35 seconds to go in the period. So just imagine had the game was that close to being tied going into the third. Marchand would tie things up just about 2 minutes into that third period, getting his ninth goal of the season from Heinen and Coyle. Marchand would get his second goal of the game, his 10th of the year, a power play goal, 5 minutes and 37 seconds into that period from McAvoy and Van Riemsdyk. And no surprise here, Marchand would get his hat trick. So he got all 3 goals for the Boston Bruins. He had another power play goal, 7 minutes and 46 seconds into that frame, assisted by Zacha and McAvoy. So 3-1 in favor of the Bruins. They are now sitting at 17-4-3, and with the loss, the Blue Jackets are 8-14-4. Staying in the Atlantic Division, we had the Buffalo Sabres, and they were playing host to the Nashville Predators. So we'll take a look at this matchup. A low-scoring affair, to say the least. 2-1 would be the final score in favor of the Predators. Forsberg would kick things off in the first period, 9 minutes and 40 seconds into the period, getting his 13th goal this season. There were no assists on his score. Trennan would get his 5th goal this season, 10 minutes and 54 seconds. So just a minute and 14 seconds after Forsberg opened the scoring, Trennan made it 2-0 with exactly 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the period. In the second, just the lone goal from the Buffalo Sabres. Olofsson will get his 3rd goal of the year, and that goal would happen roughly halfway into the frame. 9 minutes and 58 seconds were remaining in the period, and there were no other scores after that one. So 2-1 is the final score. With the victory, the Predators are back to 500, 12-12-0, and with the loss, the Sabres are now 3 games below 500, 10-13-2. And the last game takes place between probably 2 of the best 4 teams in the NHL, or in the Western Conference at least, in my opinion. They're both I believe the Kings are 3rd in their division, and the Avalanche are, I think, 1st in theirs. So, I mean, they're part of the top 3 in both the respective divisions. So 2 very good teams playing against one another. That's all I was trying to get to. Just made it sound more complicated than it actually was. The Kings would prevail on home ice, getting a 4-1 victory over the Avalanche. Manson will get his 1st goal of the year, 12 minutes and 28 seconds into the first, assisted by Rantanen and McKinnon. So it's 1-0 in favor of the Avalanche after 1. Byfield will get his 5th goal of the season, 9 minutes and 3 seconds into that period, assisted by Anderson and Kempe. So it's all tied up at 1 after 2. Byfield would then get his 2nd goal of the game, his 6th of the year, 13 minutes and 26 seconds of that frame, assisted by Kempe and Kopitar. Trevor Moore would then get his 12th goal of the year from Grundstrom, an even-strength goal, less than a minute after Byfield made it 2-1. The goal happened with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the frame. 28 seconds to go in the frame. 38 seconds. 38 seconds. 5 minutes and 38 seconds were remaining in that frame at the time. And then Drew Doughty would score with 1 minute and 7 seconds left, getting his 5th goal this season, assisted by Cam Talbot. Woo! Another goalie score. This is awesome. Luckily not a goalie score. The goalie just got an assist. 4-1 will be the final score in this one in favor of the Kings. They have now improved to 14-4-3, and despite the loss, the Avalanche are still top of that Central Division, sitting at 15-7-2. As always, if you're new to this type of channel, or new to this channel, wow, can I English today? If you're new to this channel, please feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative, especially if you like this type of content. I do videos on the daily about hockey and football, and we'll see what's next. And as always, take care.